Hey there, my name is Przemek and this is the review of 12,000 Days, The Birds Sing as Bells. Another 12,000 Days album for Italian Final Music label. 12,000 Days. Yes, I have to be very careful and not confuse it with 5,000 Spirits. I mentioned it in some other review that I constantly confuse these two names, 12,000 Days with 5,000 Spirits, the ambient Italian project by Stefano Musso and Raffaele Serra. But no, this one is by Martin Bates and Alan Trench. I suppose many of you are familiar with these names, especially if you visit Santa Sangre every now and then. But if you aren't, Martin Bates is known for his, well, I could say, legendary band called Eyeless in Gaza, but also for many guest appearances like on Anne Clark albums or sublime collaboration with German ambient duo Traum called To a Child Dancing in the Wind. Alan Trench, on the other hand, is responsible for such different artistic endeavors like Orkis, Howling Larsons or Temple Music. He was also one of the ringleaders of World Serpent Distribution revolutionary movement, so to speak. They are quite prolific under this 12,000 Days moniker. I think there hasn't been even a year since the previous album, Field's End, released also by Final Music. Anyway, here's the cover. Well, to be honest, I don't know what there is on this painting. Let's just say it's enigmatic. Inside the lyrics, here and here. Oh, and the note to the publisher, the credits are illegible here. Here and here, and also the lyrics in some places. Simply the font color blends with the background, and it's a bit difficult to read. But getting back to the album, once again after Insect Silence and Field's End, we get a couple of folk tunes. This time without more experimental approaches like Descent or Pathless from Insect Silence or I Know You from Field's End, but still keep in mind that it's not an ordinary neo-folk on voice and acoustic guitar. If you have the physical edition of the album, just notice the number of the instruments they used. It's right here. It's like such strange instruments like for example Washburn Vulture, Tanglewood, Autumn Leaf, Suras, Dulcimer. Oh, I heard about Dulcimer. Novation Bass Station, Tin Whistle, Bodran, Shruti Box, and so on, so on. So there's a lot of instruments and means of expression used here. And of course, on the first place, Martin Bates' voice and singing. I mentioned it in one of the previous reviews on the blog that I'm not the greatest fan of his vocal expression, but on the other hand, his singing was always a kind of World Serpent trademark for me, at least, so to speak, like David Tibet's or Tony Wakeford's voice. When I hear it, it always reminds me of that specific micro universe. I think this album is calmer than the previous ones. I mean, they put the greater emphasis on the folk aspect, leaving the psychedelic influences a bit in the background. Of course, that doesn't mean they're absent on this album, none of these things. Also, this, say, apocalyptic feeling strikes here and there. I like how they do it in Invitation, for example. A quite serene tune, but with this dark background, like from some, I don't know, current 93 albums. But in the end, those differences are details. In fact, knowing the previous albums of 12,000 Dames, you feel like home, as once again it's a magic fairy tale set of tunes rooted in British folk traditions, both in historical meaning as well as let's say underground dark neo-folk one. It also refers to the lyrics. I'm not good in interpreting lyrics, you know, in general, and I'm not sure if these are original lyrics by the musicians or some travestation of old British tales or folk stories, but these words over here have some poetry and some magic out of this world. And there's always a track which stands out, and this time it's the last one, Winter Sweet, the last and the longest one, 12 minutes long. It begins like I'd say a musical reflection of staring at the stars, you know, those cosmic soundscapes and reverbed guitar chords. Later the atmosphere subtly shifts in tone to a bit more darker, or maybe it's just my impression, but in the end it's a truly charming piece of dreamy music. They do their job, they don't change their formula for dark folk music, still melodic, sometimes ethereal with a touch of magic. If you liked their previous albums, you shouldn't even hesitate. If not, I think it's a good moment to begin your first day of this 12,000 days adventure. That would be it. Click like if you like, click subscribe if you like, and see you soon. Bye.